Hey folks, Randy here with Dolan Cut and Trim. I apologize if I seem a little distracted. I'm watching my rear view mirror to make sure I don't get hit because I am broken down on the freeway. I'll tell you what happened. Those of you that are in there, you can figure out where I'm at. So I'm with my family and we're actually heading to IKEA to pick something up. Don't judge me, those of you that have a problem with IKEA. I don't want to hear it. It's a nice place. And while we were going, we pulled up to the toll booth and saw that one of the lanes was going to be closed in the tunnel. And I was like, oh great, tons of traffic, you know. And so we pay, and of course tons of traffic because you got all these lanes going down to one lane. And so we get in there, we're heading down. And it's one of those annoying things too, where the lane's shut down, but there's actually nothing going on over there, you know? And so we're starting to get up to speed and then see everybody slowing down real quick. So I go to hit my brakes, and while I do slow down, I don't slow down much. So I'm like hitting my brakes and not going as slow as I would like to. I'm coming up on a bunch of stopped people going about 50 miles an hour. And so I, fortunately, the right lane was completely open because it was closed. And so I veered over into there, and I'm hitting the brakes. And every time I hit the brakes, smoke and brake fluid is just shooting out the back. And it was like, so scared the mess out of me. Of course, we're in a tunnel now. You know, this tunnel's like, I don't know, a mile long or whatever it is. I have no idea. But it's pretty darn scary, you know. And so I decide I'm not going to stop in the tunnel. I got enough brakes. I can always hit the emergency brake if I need to. And so we kind of go through the tunnel. Like, I mean, I'm going like maybe 20 miles an hour when I could be going 45, you know. And you know, every time I touch the brakes, just whoosh, coming out the back, like you can just see it. And so got through the tunnel, and of course it's still down to one lane. And had to drive probably another half mile once we were out of the tunnel before there was a shoulder I could get off on. And you know, finally got off on the shoulder and was able to stop. I'm recording this on a Saturday, by the way. And so, you know, stopped, contacted oh man, my wife forgot to grab the keys from me. Goodness. So we stopped and called a tow truck, called my sister to pick up my wife and son. And you know, just sitting here, and you know, my wife made the comment. She was like, "Oh, this was awful," you know, and, you know, just like expressing disappointment that that had happened. And she made the comment, "We should have taken her van." And I said no. And you know, this was one of those rare moments where I actually had the attitude that I wish I always had. But I was like, no, I'm really glad we were driving the truck today, because today is Saturday, and it's the Saturday before what is it, Labor Day? So let's say I hadn't taken the truck and we just parked the truck like we normally do on the weekends. I wouldn't have driven the truck again until Tuesday. So what could have happened is the brakes go out while I'm out mowing on a Tuesday, and I am so crazy behind because we're not working on Monday, and probably would have hit someone because I would have been in a residential area, and it would have been a huge mess. So instead what happened was I was fortunate, and I'll say blessed, enough that I wanted to take my truck on this trip today, and I was blessed that the one lane was shut down so nobody was in it. And I'm blessed that this happened on a Saturday afternoon, and I've got all Sunday and all Monday to get this thing fixed and ready for when I go back to work on Tuesday. I feel really fortunate in that. You know, I'm really grateful that this went down the way it did. So that's the attitude I try and keep when things go bad. You know, I don't know if you guys have seen Jocko Willink's motivational video, Good. But it's definitely a good moment, you know. when things go bad, it's an opportunity to get better, to learn a new skill you didn't have before. So, you know, I get to learn how to fix brakes now. The brakes themselves should be fine. I'm pretty sure it's a brake line issue, which, you know, I don't know anything about brake lines, but part of being self-employed is whenever there's something comes up that you don't know how to do, you get to learn how to do it. And so that's what's going to happen here. I get the honor of learning how to repair brakes. I cannot wait. So, I'm feeling a lot of nervous energy. So if I'm acting weird, that's why. Just because, but it's not. It's because I know it's getting fixed. It's just It's that feeling you get when you've got something to do you've never done before and you don't know if you'll be successful. I have the benefit, though, of being self-employed, which means I have no choice but to succeed. You know, I have no choice but to successfully fix whatever's wrong with the brakes on this truck. So, you know, that in a weird way, that really puts me at ease. Because I know I have no choice but to succeed one way or another. And so, you know, yeah. I don't know. Just wanted to share that. My wife is texting me, so I'm going to have to respond to her now. So, this is Randy with Dolan Cut and Trim. Have a good one.